Good morning, everybody. It's bright and early. Well, not too terribly early. We've been up earlier before, starting things hours ago at different times. So it's not terribly early. It's 8 o'clock on Monday morning, the 10th of June. And Stephen has emerged from the house ready to do some work today. Thankfully, he took yesterday off, Sunday, the Sabbath day. He's not always good about that. He's like a lot of us. We try to get things done on Sunday when we should be resting. So he's not always good about that, but thankfully, and praise the Lord, that he took Sunday off to rest. His body needed it. And he said, "Oh, look at that. There's my shadow. I'm going to wave at my shadow." The way the sun's coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I am thankful that he took Sunday to rest. Praise the Lord. His body needed it. So, Stephen, I do have to go to work this morning. I will not be available to film you. Maybe AJ can catch you later, maybe, if he's not involved with his schoolwork. So, why don't you tell everybody, because it's probably not all going to be caught on film, tell everybody what your plans are for this morning.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got about everything that I needed to do to get it ready to put on the job, and I fired it up, throttled her up, and went out there, and she died. And I said, uh-oh, I fired it up again, brought it over here, and died. And so it keeps dying. So it's having a fuel pickup issue. So I got to figure that out. First thing I'm going to do is get the filters off and replace the filters. And generally, you know, being a diesel motor in my big truck, anytime I ever had problems, the first thing I would do is change the filters. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these filters off and change them. Hopefully that solves the problem. The other thing is that this is it has a DPF, diesel particulate filter. It doesn't have DEF, which is diesel exhaust fluid. I'm glad of that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but it does have a DPF, and this is the unit right here. So I've looked it up, and if that becomes an issue, I should have. But it doesn't have any kind of warning signal saying that that's the issue. And plus, it runs real good, and then you could watch this filter right here, and it'll start getting bubbles and then die. So I think it's more the fuel issue, and so that's what I'm going after. I'm going after the fuel issue. When I get that taken care of, I got 3 jobs on Marketplace that people want me to do. It's nothing big so far as 3 acres and 2 backyards. And I don't want to do 2 backyards because I want to get some experience running this thing on open land before I start getting it in tight spaces. So that's what's going on with me. Get this thing opened up and change the fuel filters. And and another thing is because this thing has this armor. Whenever they built this from, when they put these mulcher cutters on, these big ones like this, they put a bulletproof glass on, they put this reinforced steel all around the cab and on the top, and then this company puts a cooler on there to keep the hydraulic fluid cool. And so with all that added weight, it makes it nearly impossible to lift this cab up. Now, when they designed this thing, it originally came with shocks that you could pick it up by hand and open it up, but now it is so heavy I can't budge it. And then it has these hydraulic hoses for this cooler, and you got to watch it because they'll get kinked here. And so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to have to at least unhook those hoses. I don't know if that's going to do any good, but I'm going to have to figure out something with the hoses so I can get her opened up all the way. I don't want to be kinking those hydraulic hoses. That's not a good thing. And so I got to figure out something to do with the hoses. And so I can open her up. I think what I could do is I can use this winch right here and weld me a hook up there, and I could just use this winch to pull her open. But then when that happens, I can't open this door. But if I pin it, if I can get it back far enough and pin it, then I can take the winch off. But so I just got to figure out a way where I can open this thing up, that cab, and pull it open anytime that I want, because you need to be able to get access to all your hydraulics and motor and all that stuff, and pulling that cab up is how you do it. So currently that's not an easy thing to do, and you saw me with the forklift the other day, and I didn't like that. So I was thinking, even if I didn't use this, let's say if I lost power, I could probably weld a hook right here or here and weld a hook up there, and I can use a portable and just crank her open. I could do that too, but my portable's broken, so I'll have to get another portable. And that's what's going on with me, ladies and gentlemen. So
you got a big day lined up, and
first thing I need to do is get these filters off and go to town and put some filters on. It may be just a filter issue. I've had experiences with my big truck, and they gave you all kinds of trouble. Fart around, wouldn't go up hills, wouldn't do nothing. All because they had water in the fuel filters, and that's what them filters are there for, to protect your motor. So just change them on a regular basis.
Well, do you think that if you got heavily involved in one of these projects, we might trust AJ to make another good video for us? You think? He's getting better about not being wobbly.
I don't know. I know right now all I'm concerned about is getting my day started. So hopefully you guys have a great day too, and thanks for your comments. Sorry if some of y'all feel like you need to leave because this is not running a truck no more. Well, I have news for you. I ran trucking for 33 years, and I actually started in the late 70s. But professionally, I did it since 92 is when I started doing it professionally. And it got being an owner operator, I was actually taking money out of my pocket and keep my truck on the road. So I was paying to haul people's freight, and so. And I was just, if you like watching videos where people are miserable all the time, that's all my videos were. I was just miserable all the time because I was losing money on a daily basis. And anyway,
we did have somebody who wrote a comment saying that they missed all the trucking stuff, and that because we are no longer doing trucking, that they were going to unsubscribe to our channel.
So, and that's your prerogative. You do what you want. All I'm saying is hey, I've been in prayer for the bleeding to stop, because when you lose $50,000 out of when everything you got is paid for, but you still lose $50,000, there's something wrong with what you're doing. And so now I'm 62, and I should be putting money in the bank, not taking money out. So, and I can't make money it ain't my job to pay to haul people's freight, and that's what I was doing. So that's behind me now. This is in front of me, and I apologize if you don't like that. This is our content. Our content is transferring from one business to this business, and hopefully we can make this work. So it's almost ready. She just died out on me, and I got to figure out what's going on.
And last night you told me that it's not really called a skid steer.
Oh, that's right. So technically, a skid steer is the ones with the tires, and these ones with the tracks are called track loaders.
Track loaders.
That's right. So I want to get down to the technical part of it, because this has tracks. It's named a track loader, and a skid steer is the ones with the tires. So they look like the same machine, but technically they're two different names: track loader, skid steer.
Well, I guess everybody knew what we were talking about, though. Even though we were misspeaking and calling it the wrong name.
Well, I don't have any experience in track loaders and skid steers and all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. My dad was in big machinery. He had his own own company, bulldozers and you name it. He did road work, he did whatever, but wasn't my thing, but it is now, so I guess I'll get used to it. Doing, Tabber?
Good morning. So we just got to get out of the habit of calling this a skid steer, but now a track loader.
Yeah.
Or does it really matter? People know what we're talking about, so.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, see, I pulled that up.
You pulled it up.
Yeah, it was bent down.
Oh. How did it get bent down?
Sometimes you ask me questions. Why are aliens hung so long? I have no idea. Why don't you ask the alien? So, ladies and gentlemen, you get these hydraulics put up. Doing that again, huh? All right, well, I guess that's another thing I need to work on. Have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun wherever you are. Hopefully your track loader works better than mine. God bless and later.